Yo, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Commanders Draft Show. And today we're coming back with more wide receivers. We had a few early day wide receivers last week. We had some technical difficulties with the video, but we're coming back at you. But this time we coming with more like a 5 to 15, 5 to 20 range of wide receivers. We already heard a whole lot about receivers 1 through 3, really. And then you add the other two on there. So we're going to go a little bit deeper. Some wide receivers you can see at the back end of day 2 and into day 3. But before we get there, we're going to talk a little bit of the referees and what type of impact are these replacement referees are going to have, or are the original referees hustling backwards? We getting right to it. Yo, what's up, Cal? How you feeling today, man? How you doing, man?
Another blessed Sunday, Deuce. Excited to
Yes.
be here today, and all the topics that
Mhm.
we have laid out, plus going over wide receivers. It's wide
Mhm.
receivers have been picking up here recently, and you're talking about like the Twitter sphere and I guess the wave of the week, you could say, on what prospects are everyone's feeling. It seems like Cardinal Tate is growing on everybody's lists as of late. So
Mhm.
it's a good position group, a lot of talent, a lot of depth there that we've uncovered, and we have great people like DT and Smoke and Radar behind the scenes, doing a lot of work into finding these gems, right? And it's gonna be fun to be able to do that today. But I don't know what it is about you, Deuce, but it's always a good day when you're talking with you, brother. You're just you're a bubbly personality.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I don't know, like DT is somewhere doing meeting with media groups and all this other stuff, probably getting Super Bowl credentials and all that other good stuff. So I don't know how long DT is gonna be with us. Sometimes they just forget about us. So let's hope DT doesn't forget about us when he's
Yeah.
up there with Stephen A. Smith. At least I
I
can
will
give.
never forget you guys.
And I don't know if Smoke will be here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like Duke lost in the absolute shocker, not the shocker in the fact that they lost to UConn, but how they lost to UConn. It was dramatic, right? It was absolutely dramatic from their star player. All he had to do was hold on to the basketball, but I don't. I'm not going to go there. So I don't know if we're going to see Smoke on that count. Like I
I got
absolutely
you.
do
Now, as
not know.
somebody that doesn't watch a lot of college basketball or NBA basketball, I'm very confused because I thought Duke doesn't lose.
I mean, they last year they had a shocking turn of events against Houston and got put out. And this
Mm.
year, they were winning, gave it to their star at like 6 seconds left. And all he had to do was hold the ball. That's all he had to do. But he tried to pass it. It ended up getting stolen. And then the other team made like a 30-foot 3-pointer to win the game and send Duke home.
I
So,
did see that video. He did
yeah,
hit the Steph Curry shot
yeah,
to end the game, which is just it's incredible because that's the dude that
yeah,
recovered the ball. He
yeah,
recovered it, passed it up, and then received it right away and drained it from deep. That
yeah.
was that they call it March Madness for a reason, Deuce, and that definitely fits the bill.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's going to be here or not. Those of you that listens to Riddle Radio, I don't know if he's going to be there tomorrow. I just don't know. I don't know. Nico was good. Nico, Mitch was up in the building. All right, let's do you believe Burry and the Browns that them making the adjustment to Miles Garrett's um his bonus dates, because that's all they did. They moved the bonus date from this year. They pushed it back a little bit. I'm thinking
Mm.
it has something to do with money, right? Because that's the only thing that changed. They just moved the date back a little bit. No years changed. No money was added. Any of that. It could be two things, right? It could be that they just had to restructure Deshaun Watson's contract and pay him out like $60 million, right? So they might, hey, look, Miles, can you wait till the 15th until we get our check? So can we move the date down a little bit before we got to pay you? Or that could be something if they are really moving him, and this will help facilitate the trade on their behalf, that they don't have to pay this money out and it will go to whatever team acquires him, which can lessen draft capital also if that new team take on this money. But what do you think about the
I
Browns?
think it's crazy, because like you obviously willingly wanted to give him the biggest contract ever, right,
Uh-huh.
for Miles Garrett,
Uh-huh.
and I do wonder the bonuses. They're not incentive based, right? These are guaranteed bonuses that they're pushing
Guaranteed.
back.
Yep. Yep. Guaranteed bonus.
That is crazy because you would like to think that your front office has the ability for, foresight and being able to see these things roll down the pipeline, right? And this is kind of like if you had a wing and you had your own business and you got to pay the bills and they're like, well, can we push it back a little bit? You're like, what do you mean? This is your job. You're supposed to have this lined up, and that is very very weird overall. I'll say, but it does make sense if they were trying to lessen the blow for whatever team is trying to trade for him. I just find it hard to believe that a team is going to be able to fork up anything to get a prime Miles Garrett. I mean, we saw what he did last season, and he's as consistent as they come, a freak of nature that
Mm-hmm.
immediately would change the trajectory of a team. And it sucks that he went to the one team that doesn't have a trajectory that seems to be going south. I don't know. It does make a lot of sense, but also makes sense on their behalf that they're trying to make everything work. And that Deshaun Watson contract, that's bleeding through their pockets, man.
Absolutely. And I think they've restructured this contract every year.
Yeah,
Every year. I think except for the second year, but I think they restructured. I mean, that contract is eating them alive. They got to move money that they probably going to be paying that man for the next 15 years. Just how they trying to move and maneuver that contract. I'm actually surprised he's still there.
the
But
new Daryl Strawberry for the NFL.
exactly. Um, Smoke, keep your head up. I don't think he's joining. Oh man, what's up? What's that? Sea Fisherman? I believe that's what it is. Peace to you. My name is Freeman. What's good, Freeman? The defense is not good at all last year. I need Caleb Downs at 7 if he's available. The Caleb Downs has been getting a lot of, just like you said, Carnell Tate, but a lot of those Buckeye boys been getting a lot of push over the last couple of days from their combine. But Caleb Downs has always been the guy. Like he is the most consistent out of the
Yeah.
three on that defensive side. I mean, he shows up in big games, but sometimes the other two kind of washes out a little bit.
Absolutely. You would love Caleb Downs on this defense, immediately getting somebody in there in the back end where like he doesn't pop off on you with like speed, size, or anything like that, but he just takes away issues that the offense presents. Like you don't have to worry about tight ends anymore with Caleb Downs on the field, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have somebody who can come up in the run game and help you. There was a touch, an interception he got at the end of the game. I forget I think it might have been, I forget who it was. It might have been Indiana that he went up against, and to seal the game, he picks it off in the end zone on jump ball, and it's just showing his kind of range and what he offers you. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I called it a party because it seemed like all of Washington's brass was in Ohio State's pro day, just having a party, a meetup
Mm-hmm.
vacation. They made a golf trip out of it, and
Mm-hmm.
that was intriguing because it's so funny that Ohio State, they go to the pro day, everyone goes, and usually it's like a quarterback or just a wide receiver, somebody you're going to say they really like this cat. But there's like five guys there that you could say, well, maybe they're targeting at 7, and like you
Right.
can't pinpoint it, right? And that's the
Right.
crazy thing about Ohio State, man. But Caleb Downs, you can't go wrong with them, man. It's just he's more of a box guy, and you just signed Nick Cross, and so that does it does lend to believe, are you going to be moving Nick Cross to free safety? And we just saw Cravens pop back up on the timeline
Oh
about
my God, I
him
saw
playing a
that.
position that he wasn't familiar with. Are we really going to go down that route with Caleb Downs and Nick Cross? So I think that's something to be thought of as well when we're talking about Caleb Downs. But look, man, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, our safety position is full of guys that's better in the box, like
Yeah,
all of
I agree
Quan,
with you.
Cross, if they get Caleb Downs, Mikey, whatever, like all of those guys are better in the box, right? They can do it, but to really get everything out of them, to really get that highest point of the ceiling or whatever the case may be, is for them to be in that box. And that's what we're missing, the true free safety. So even though Caleb Downs can absolutely do it, he can absolutely do it, right? Cross can absolutely do it.
Yeah.
Quan Martin, I mean, if he has to, right? But like if they can just add someone at that spot, I think the defense will be just that much better. But at the same time, Caleb Downs on this defense, like you can just make them interchangeable, right? I mean, that's mostly it's how it is. But with that Vikings defense, it was always what's his name? I want to say Harrison Ford, but
Harrison Smith.
Harrison Smith.
Ford.
Right? Like I mean, he's like 37 years old and he played that position perfectly because that's what they actually needed him to do. So they may not be looking at that spot as a need in the sense of someone that's going to bring like a high impact. So it's going to be
and look, and Mitch brings up a good point. He went back and watched tape of Caleb Downs at free safety. He says he had great instincts, and we struggle in coverage. If we struggle in coverage, if he's the pick, I need him to help out. And like that's the thing about Durante Jones, right? He talked about it's not where they line up, it's where they wind up. And maybe you could use Caleb Downs as a free safety, but when we broke down his snap counts, it was literally cut in half. There was a perfect medium between in the box and then being deep. And so I do think that you can use him in that sort of way. It's just what are you going to do with Will Harris as well? Because Will Harris is very capable himself. And the one thing that Dan Quinn talks about,
he's another box guy too.
Exactly. And so what Dan Quinn preaches is putting guys in position for them to maximize their talent. And when you talk about that, is taking Caleb Downs out of the box doing that? In my personal, like that's a question I would ask that needs to be asked.
I mean, DT, you watch them every week, man. I know he can do it, right? I know he can do it, but you're not getting the full experience by just having him play free safety. I mean, what you think?
You're muted.
Oh, you don't see Henry.
God dang it, bro.
You've done it like that last 3 episodes too.
It's about to turn into a DT.
DT. Anyway, like I think the thing with Caleb is, you know, what a lot of people will not acknowledge is he is a corrector on Ohio State defense. Like I think this year with this Ohio State team, you're going to see how much Caleb Downs really matter to that secondary, not only for the secondary, for that entire defense as well. I mean, the kid played under Nick Saban. He played at Ohio State under Jim Knowles, and then he played under Matt Patricia. He played with 3 highly talented defensive minds, and he's able to coach and have all the responsibilities in each of these defenses. You know, like when you watch what Minnesota does with Harrison Ford, with you know, some of the safeties they have. Like,
he said Harrison Ford.
Did I say Harrison Ford? I heard you said Harrison Ford. Harrison Smith. When you talk about some of the safety, their responsibilities, what they're able to do, you know, Caleb completely matched that. And I think the biggest thing about it is it's like with Caleb Downs, we're always going to have a guy that's going to make up for the mistakes that's being done on the end. It's going to put people in the right place. For the past couple years, and maybe as, you know, R-word fans, we've been watching safeties making completely tremendous amount of stupid mistakes on the back end. You need somebody that's going to make the right decisions, put guys in place, and Caleb Downs is the type of guy that'll do that for you.
And I will make this argument in defense of the guys that we have on the roster and what happened last season, right? I call it a snowball down a hill, a snowy hill, whereas the D-line and the middle of the field were so bad at what they were trying to accomplish that the issue, the pressure, then rolled downhill to the secondary. And what I believe and what I've heard is that Durante Jones, I think David Harrison told us this, Durante Jones and what's his face? Oh my gosh, I'm blowing a drink of a minute. Brian Flores. pride and pressure is what helps coverage the most.
Right.
And so if you're able to apply that pressure and not put all that weight on your secondary, there's a very good chance that they're not put in those crazy situations like we saw last year. And so maybe they get the benefit of that, of, when your name is not being called, when you're not shown on the highlight, missing a tackle like Quan Martin and the guy gets a 40-yard gain on you. Maybe that's a difference in how people view him. And we all know that one play can change how people feel about a player in one game. And I do think that is a caveat we have to put in here. Maybe the pressure and what they've invested in the front seven so far can really elevate this secondary, especially somebody like Quan. But I'm not arguing against Caleb Downs. I'm just saying maybe the other guys on this roster might actually be elevated based on what Durante Jones wants to do in a long-winded way. Sorry, I'll land my plane.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he do with this defense. I think the referees is hustling backwards, and let me tell you why. Off the break, right? The Wednesday of week 1 in Seattle, referees, no one is going to be thinking about you, original referees. You are not going to prevent week 1, that opening night game in Seattle. You will not prevent that from happening.
Deuce,
right?
Can you explain the situation to me like I'm an alien and I just got here?
So they are in labor negotiations.
Okay.
The referees want 10% increase over the next several years. The NFL is only willing to go 6.5.
I'll do 6.5.
Several years. The referees want 10. Right? They was in a meeting last week. The referees, whoever the head do whatever, they just left. Cut the meeting short. Right? The NFL put out that, today they put out they about to start hiring the replacement referees, getting them ready and training, get ready for training camp. And last week they also mentioned that they're going to help them more from New York. And with the new AI technology we've been seeing in the UFL, and NFL tried it last year. The referees, original referees, you're not that good, right? So like the NFL knows your percentages. Like these NFL coaches that sends them stuff every week. The NFL knows your percentages, and your percentage is more than likely not that good. Right? And for you to walk into the NFL office and tell them you want 10% and be mad and leave as if you're any type of preventer of an NFL game. They're going to have these replacement refs out there. They're going to have the AI. Listen, if the Hall of Fame game looks better than any game at all over the last 10 years, as far as referees is concerned, it's a wrap. They might say, nah, we get out 3.5% over the next several years.
Yeah, I'll do it for 2%. Just give me a shout. That is the funny thing about this, because a lot of the refs that are in the NFL aren't like considered professional refs. Like they
I think it's like half. I know they started. Right. Some of them are full-time, but not all of them.
Right, and like a lot of them are doctors, lawyers that do this to help out. And so, but it is funny because at the end of the day, what they really love is the airtime, right? The screen time that they get, right? Like that's the thing. And they could talk about it with their buddies when they're playing around at golf. Do you see me on the show? You see me doing the holding call in the third quarter? And so if you do start playing that game of chicken with them to begin the season, they're not going to want to wait that out. That they're missing their screen time, right, Deuce? And I'm right there with you. I'd say it's 6.5 from sticking at it. If you don't want to be around, that's cool with me.
DT.
Talking about referees.
I do not care about no refs.
Nobody, bro, we do not care. We do not care. We do not care. Like, yeah, if y'all better, because you got these UFL refs, right? You got these college football refs that's just waiting waiting to come up and ready to give their all. Right? They're gonna be out there during running fast, right? They're gonna be out there jetting, running 4.3s, like trying to keep up. Like, bro, go ahead, Kyle. Like, I don't like these refs hustling backwards for sure, man.
No, just saying real quick, Mitch, if you're in like the whole mob thing, he said what they really like is selling games for the mob. There's a book called Killing the Mob. You should read it. It's phenomenal to see how entrenched they were in literally in every aspect of our life. But it's a really good book, Killing the Mob.
Yeah, I don't think Mitch read books.
He should. It's a really good one.
He still be at the clubs and stuff. I be seeing the post.
Boy said he
Oh
wrong.
man. All right. I don't know. Like DT, I don't think Smoke is gonna come. I don't think he's gonna be on radio tomorrow.
What happened? I mean, he was the first one to put his wide receivers up.
Duke
happened.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think.
First of all,
I don't think he's going to show, bro. Like I don't think he's going to show. So we'll push his to the back and hopefully like he come in and we'll see.
Hang on,
but
we gotta have
show up in a ski mask.
How in the world you're a Notre Dame fan and you're a Duke fan? Touchdown Jesus, Blue Devil. It don't work. That's probably what happened. It don't work, man. Especially on a Sunday. Oh man.
All right, man. Let's get to these wide receivers, man. Kyle, you up?
Oh snap! Who am I going with first? We got
Max and Devontae.
Yeah, we looked at Max Tomczak last week. A smaller type of guy coming out of Youngstown State, and he was really fun to watch. I hate to make the comparison just because of skin color, but he a lot like Cooper Kupp and being able to operate and sort of things. But he's a smaller kind of wide receiver, very good route discipline. There was one play that he had where he runs an out and up, and I don't know how he got around the defender, but he was able to. Big Brock. Remember we did Jacoby Lane last week. We can't do him again. That was one of my guys, was Jacoby Lane. But Max Tomczak also has experience in returning for punt return and kick return. Maybe a UDFA. I think he was ranked in the 300s, close to the 400s by PFF. So he's somebody might be a UDFA that if you're looking for a returner, that he would definitely fit that bill. Can we go to Devontae Ross?
Nah, what you think his draft projection is, Kyle?
So he's right now projected as a late day 3 kind of guy, but he doesn't possess any of the elite speed. The only thing really you could say is route running and toughness and catching balls over the middle in contested kind of ways. But I think that this is a guy who's going to have like an Adam Thielen type of career where he's a UDFA, is brought in, just works his way up to the lineup, probably helping out in special teams. And then if he has a good quarterback that can distribute, he can grow from that point on. But I do believe it's going to be a late day 3 or UDFA for him.
All right, Devontae Ross.
Somebody in the chat was bringing up Dylan Thieneman earlier, and Devontae Ross had a route put on Dylan Thieneman, and Dylan Thieneman could not keep up with Devontae Ross. He's 5'10", 170 pounds, who's also a punt returner and a kick returner. In 2024 at Troy, DT and I were talking about this. At Troy, his numbers were astronomical. At Troy, he had a kick return touchdown. He had 76 receptions, 1,000 yards receiving, 11 touchdowns. But this year, playing for Penn State after transferring from Troy, he only had 36 receptions, 501 yards, and 5 touchdowns. But this is a dude who attacks deep. And a lot of his catches you'll see is like those wide receiver screens that you see a lot in college football right now where they're just getting it out, mimicking kind of a run game. And that's where Devontae Ross is going to kind of help you out with. But if you're looking for a flyer to be able to help you stretch the field a little bit, he did a number on Dylan Thieneman, and that's somebody that really caught my eye out of Penn State. I really liked what he provided. And then when DT talked about his Troy stuff, I look back at his history. It's like, no, you weren't kidding, man. This dude was absolutely electric for them. I can see why he went to Penn State, but I think this is somebody that you can, if you're a late round, like I would equate this a lot to the running backs of last year, where you have a plethora of talent. And I think Devontae Ross of wide receivers, it's similar to that, where you could get a really productive guy, a really explosive guy late on in this draft. I think Devontae Ross fits that bill for anybody that's just looking for some more speed. Maybe the Commanders will possibly double dip, or this will be the first one taken in the draft.
Yeah, well, we are at with that. And DT, you want to run through some of your guys from last week too.
Okay.
What positions do you all think, if everything stays where it is now into the draft, what positions you think they might double up on?
You want to know something crazy, Deuce? I did a mock draft today, and the biggest thing I thought about was when I addressed either these two positions. I was like, well, when I look at the roster construction, some of these guys that we currently have, they're either going to head next year to the final year of their contract, or they just feel as though that this position, they just need competition at any spot, and they can have somebody that could be better than the guy they already had as a threshold. And I think for me, I look at the wide receiver spot and the cornerback room because one, you should, in my opinion, you should always draft for those spots regardless, because sometimes you're going to need special teams depth as well. But then you also look at the wide receiver spot with, Luke McCaffrey. Next year, after this year, he'll be headed to the final year of his rookie deal. Jalen Lane, he has some potential, especially as a punt returner, but you want to see a little bit more in the receiver game. And hopefully with the David Blau offense, we'll see more of that. But when you're looking at like a guy like a De'Ami Brown and a Van Jefferson you just signed, there's no guarantees that those guys will make the roster even this year. So I think you have to address the wide receiver spot and cornerback room as well. I think clearly they did sign Witherspoon, but I don't think that's going to be enough even for a 90-man roster. There still needs to be some guys in that room, wherever it's a guy that could be a corner four or potentially developmental starter corner that can be a starter in this Ronte Jones defense.
And yeah, Big Brock, that is Darius. Like, I don't know if you know him, DT, but called you by your government.
Yeah, I saw that.
And not only call him by government, he forgot to put the O in the government.
What you think, Al?
I do think corner is probably the easiest answer, just given with what they have in the building at the moment. With only 4 or 5 corners listed on the roster at the moment. You can look at the
4.
And so, but safety is really loaded up. You could make the argument for possibly linebacker if they were to go down the Sonny Styles or Arvil Reese route, because with Arvil Reese, you can make the argument he could be utilized as a pass rusher and as a standard typical linebacker. And if you were to double dip a linebacker later on, you're just adding more weight into that room. But we also don't know what's going to go on with Bobby Wagner. So that's another one to consider. I'm not sure if they would double dip offensive line. We all know that they want a center. Is there a possibility that they draft 2 centers? I don't think so. Maybe they go with the tackle later on. I'm not sure about that. I think tight end is taken out of the equation. And they have stuff at wide receiver, but it's not a bad thing to stuff the cupboard and make it as competitive as you freaking can.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to cut yourself off from really good talent as well. So that's a really tough question, but I think DT hit it on the head with the wide receiver and corner is probably your best bet at the moment.
Yeah, I absolutely think wide receivers is a strong possibility, right? And cornerback is a strong possibility. Look, we have 4 now, right? We just signed I forgot his name. Akello Witherspoon, right? So we have them 4, and then we have Vickers and Rush on the practice squad, right? Like, do you all ever play spades before? Yeah. Play spades, right? So we have maybe 1 in a possible 2 out of those 6 corners. I'm not counting all those as full books. I'm going board. I'm telling my partner I got 2.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Kyle?
I would say with 2.
What about you, DT?
I'm sorry. I was like, can you repeat the question again?
Hold on. We got breaking news.
I'm sorry.
I don't see a face yet, so I'm gonna wait until I see a face come on. And oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Smoking? You all right?
How you doing,
man?
Smoke?
Bro, I forgot you were a Duke fan. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
We get to Malik Benson yet? Did we get to that portion yet?
Oh my god.
Bro, you want to talk about collapse like of all time? Like 44 either gonna be a good year for me or a collapse of a year, bro. I scored 44 points in the first half. They scored 44 in the second half. Oh my gosh. I turn 44 tomorrow. Man, it's gonna be I'm here. Get me through it.
All right.
I'm thankful
DC?
for my wife. My wife like, it's 9:00. I thought you do podcasts days at 8:30. No,
Happy birthday, Smoke.
I appreciate it, man. Wow. This is absolutely like, all right, let's go. Let's get it. What's up, man? Oh, man.
DT, you wanted to talk about some of the ones from last week, or you want to get straight to your two? These guys.
I can run down the two because I've carried over two for this week.
Gotcha.
So Elijah Surratt was one of my guys that I did last week. Very big physical wide receiver, 6'2", 209 pounds from the Virginia area. Played 4 years college football. Started at I believe it was St. Francis, then transferred to James Madison, then transferred to Indiana for 2 straight years. Talk about productivity at the wide receiver spot. He has 44 receiving touchdowns in his college career. Talking about a red zone target. Plays big when the ball is in the air. Back shoulder fade merchant. We know how Jada Daniels loves the back shoulder fade and slot fade. He's a guy that can win at a point of attack. Very deceptive speed coming off the line against corners and stuff like that. A lot of people are going to question, the 40 time, his true natural speed, in comparison to Omar Cooper, who a lot of people are very much higher on. But when you see a guy like Elijah Surratt, he's just a guy that's going to be at the right place at the right time. Also, another guy that I had last week was Cyrus Allen. Cyrus Allen came from Louisiana Tech. He is a New Orleans native. Talk about twitchy at the slot position. If you guys notice, Commanders have been visiting and meeting with a lot of guys that play inside and out. And Cyrus Allen is one of those guys that had a strong Senior Bowl playing inside and out. Very deceptive with his footwork. He had a big game against Kansas, which, one of my prospects we're going to talk about today also had a big game. So it was great to see both of them go back and forth to each other. But Cyrus Allen is definitely a guy that can play in the slot and provide some immediate target in the middle of the field for Jada Daniels.
I have watched a little bit on Brendan Thompson, Mitch. Go back and watch the USC game, and there was a play where Brendan Thompson tries to block a safety, and I'm telling you, he literally the safety pancaked him so bad to the point where he had to stay on the ground for a little bit. It made my day. It made me laugh and chuckle a little bit. But Brendan Thompson, good wide receiver, deeper, has contested catch issues in my personal opinion, but not somebody to shy away from or to poo-poo. But definitely you have a crop of guys in this draft that are deep threats, and obviously Brennan Thompson is in that realm.
Did you do Emmanuel?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure.
Okay. So I got to pull all my 1,300 slides. All right, so I have Emmanuel Henderson Jr. This guy, we met with him. I believe it was at one of the All-Star games. He transferred from University of Alabama to get a true starting opportunity, since you have guys like Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams in that wide receiver room. He only had 1 year at Kansas, but it was very productive. He was first team all Big 12, had 50 catches, 862 yards, 5 touchdowns. His longer reception for that year was a 93-yard touchdown, which his best game was against the University of Cincinnati, where he had 205 yards receiving, also had a kickoff return for a touchdown. He has blazing speed to play on the outside, something that Washington is looking for a vertical passing game. I do think he's a little bit of a gadget player. You can kind of use him in somewhat of a, not as a physical Debo role, but you can put the ball in his hands. He can make plays with it. So he does need to work on some routes when he gets to the NFL level. I also think for him just expanding on his routes and be a little bit more physical when he's going up against some corners that's going to press man. But he has electric speed when he gets the ball in hand and makes plays. And that's something, Washington is looking for.
I just want to say All Ones is coming back, a podcast show that we do talk about like other stuff than football, real life stuff and life issues. I'm just going to say Wednesday we coming back. You might want to tell me what you think, Smoke. Fandom. What fandom does to a person.
Hey, I just told Glenn I will not be the topic of discussion. That's a bad week for this one. Man.
Oh, T Rose, you must be at the beginning of the show, T Rose. You talking about all right, B. Let's get to let's do this guy.
Oh, sure. I didn't even talk about the other guy. It's all good.
Well, you did Emmanuel, right?
I had Servant too.
You got
J. Michael Sturvant?
Yeah.
Yeah, let him knock that one out.
I thought you talked about him.
Let me
he talked about
the guys from last week too.
Yeah, he was talking about Surratt.
Oh yeah, that's why I got.
Oh, yeah. J. Michael Sturtevant, 6'3", 213 pounds, 23 years old, transferred from UCLA. I just found out last week his uncle is the legendary Floyd Little, used to play for the Denver Broncos. His father played at Virginia Tech. He's a big, strong receiver, has some speed to him, ran a 4.4 at the combine, plays physical at the point of back. He could be an ex-boundary receiver in the NFL. I have him projected right now, late day 3. So this is a guy that you can put at the end of your roster who can develop into a role. The one thing I do think I have a concern with him is sometimes at press can struggle early against some of the physical DBs. You kind of see that when in the SEC, when he transferred to Florida, and just be a little bit more consistent with his routes. But he has all the makeups to be a prototypical X-wide receiver in the NFL.
Did you watch Jordan Hudson at all?
Yeah, I watched him a little bit. I watched him when I was watching what's the guy? Romello Brinson.
Oh, okay. Hopefully we're able to talk about him here.
All right, Smoke. Harrison Wallace.
Hey man, Trey Wallace, man, aka Harrison Wallace, out of Ole Miss, transfer from PSU, 6'1", 190, 4.54 40. Don't have a vert, don't have a broad jump. His best game to watch was against Georgia, 9 catches, 156 yards, 1 touchdown. I got him projected like round 3 through 5, but I think he may slide in the 4th spot, round 4. Trey Wallace, good outside receiver. Saw some tape with him inside a little bit, but he played a lot of outside. I really like Trey Wallace. I don't think, because I think what is our 5th round? 147? if I'm
Yeah.
believing.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now. So that's a far ways away from 71. I don't think we should jump up and reach and get him at 71. But if this guy's sitting there at 147, man, hey, look at his film. It's really good, man. And yeah, like I say, I even like some of his PSU film, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But Ole Miss, he put some things together, and I got him mocked round 3 through 5, basically.
Says Elijah Sride's 32 career touchdowns. That's still the most in the draft.
It's 44.
44. Go Hokies. That's good to both. Oh yeah. Oh, him and they talking about the list. Brock,
Hey, Big Brock, bro. He don't like no receivers.
No, unless you bring up Jacoby Lane. Jacoby Lane's the only
That's
one.
all he want to talk about. All he want to
Lane.
talk about is Jacoby Lane, bro. All right, Cal, you're next two.
Yeah, Jordan Hudson. He's a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. This year had 61 receptions, 766 yards, and 6 touchdowns. The way he progressed through his career, it built up a little bit over time. I think 24, he had 500 yards receiving. It was like 5 touchdowns. So he has slowly grown throughout his career. This dude, though, I will give you a comp for him, and I know I'm going to get crap for this, but my comp for him is Pierre Garçon. And
There we go.
what I mean by that is like that thicker upper body that he has, very good at contested catches, and just makes these athletic plays that make you look and think twice about him. But he doesn't have elite speed. It's not like he's the best route runner in the world, but he gets his job done, and he's one tough dude. And so I think that the Pierre Garçon comp is just what I continue to see out of him in his playing. I really do like Jordan Hudson. I think he's projected on day 3 right now, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little bit higher in the 3rd round. But I think this is somebody you add to the team, and he's going to be. You could see him playing for a long time, coming out of SMU with their offense. He did a very good job of being the kind of shallow receiver with those screens, but also just being your possession wide receiver, needing for deep threats. He came through for them. He almost had one amazing touchdown that he ended up dropping because of the ground. I took a video of it, but it's incredible to show what he can do in contested catch situations. Very good at attacking the ball at its highest point. I think Jordan Hudson is somebody you should take a look at, and Pierre Garçon is probably my best one for him. And then Anthony Smith out of ECU from Highlandstown, Maryland. For all my Maryland folk, that's where I grew up at. This dude coming out of ECU, 6'3", 189 pounds. He's also a senior. This year, he had 64 receptions, over 1,000 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and he might be the most efficient runner in ECU history with 1 carry for 45 yards and 1 touchdown. So the only rushing attempt he scored on, and it was 45 yards. A deep threat. He's going to need help in being able to sharpen his route game. It's very rounded. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but I saw him take a a slant for a touchdown, just following his blockers. I think this is somebody that's going to be a UDFA, but he has a lot to offer you as a UDFA. And if teams are really taking a look at it, given that he's 6'3", 189 pounds, 190, running around that 200, I think this is somebody that could be very similar to like Harris, Mo Harris that we had a long time ago, where he makes just kind of big plays, can really expand things for you. But to be able to get on the field might be the hardest thing for him at such lightweight. Being able to solidify blocking is going to be a thing, and we know this staff loves blockers. But I really like Anthony Smith and what he has provided.
I'm cropping that, and I am turning the volume all the way down when you say the name Mo Harris.
That was my dude. I got in an argument with John Keim over Mo Harris.
What?
Yeah, because I told him he was asking. I had responded to his tweet, and I said, "Well, what about Mo Harris? Every time he's on the field, something good happens." And he responds back to me, Deuce, and he says, "Well, if he was better in like the run game and blocking, he would get on the field more." And I said, "Okay." And then literally that weekend, he scored that one-handed touchdown at the pylon. And I tweeted immediately at John Keim, and I was like, "You remember what I asked you about on Monday?" And he was like, "I do."
Glad he ain't blocking.
Yeah.
Surprised he blocked me. All right. So when we get to DT next set, Smoke, we was talking about this before you came on. What positions do you think they'll double up on in the draft if everything stays as is right now to the draft?
I'm gonna say cornerback.
Yeah.
Cornerback or safety. Well, let me see. Yeah, cornerback or safety. Cornerback or safety.
Yeah, that's pretty much the consensus.
Mm-hmm.
I
I wouldn't be surprised if they went receiver though. Double up.
They not doubling. Are you talking about getting the center and the guard? I'd be surprised, man. Unless they move Cosme, I just can't see it. I see one lineman in this draft.
See, Cosme's the one that, like, when we look at it and say that's solidified, right? That's Cosme is concrete. But we also know the NFL is like a very fast-moving league. So you do wonder, are they thinking about getting a backup for him in here? But then you bring up the argument of Brandon Coleman. Where is his home? Where is he going to be? So they do have options. I understand why Big Rock feels that way, but with only 6 picks, man, I find it hard to believe 2 of them are going to be utilized on offensive line, especially interior.
I mean, he's absolutely the trade
Yeah.
that Adam Peters makes before the season starts. Like he's absolutely. If we do a ranking of that, like he's probably my top guy of being traded in that August September range where Adam Peters has been moving people these last 2 years right before the season starts. All right, DT, Reggie Virgil, Omega Blake.
Didn't he highlight Omega Blake last week too? I remember
Yes,
that
I
name.
did.
Yeah.
Decided to run it back because I saw, y'all was trying to figure out some of the guys. So, Omega Blake is somebody I came in late on. So he started actually at the University of South Carolina. I played there for 2 years. Then he went to University of Charlotte, and he had 32 catches for 700 plus yards and had 9 touchdowns. And he spent his final year at Arkansas. So he is a very experienced wide receiver, going through 3 schools from the SEC, goes to a lower level, then goes back to the SEC. 6'2", 209 pounds. He is very explosive, vertical threat. He has 16 touchdowns in his career. He has 16.5 yards per catch. And he was second team all AAC during his time at University of Charlotte. Vertical speed, stride length, has ball tracking ability, catch radius, physical when the ball is in the air. I think the only thing for him is just while he is an extreme deadly vertical threat, you just need to see the intermediate and short game with him. Can he do that consistently instead of just being vertical? You don't want him to be just like, I would say, probably like a De'Ami Brown. You want him to have an all-rounded game. But for a vertical threat, he provides that in the offense. And this is maybe my favorite guy out the group, Reggie Virgil. Reggie Virgil transferred from Miami of Ohio. He is also 6'3". Now, of course, he doesn't have the blazing speed, and it's very similar to what Carnell Tate ran around in the 4.5s. But when you're very deceptive in your route running and able to go up one-on-one against corner ones, that's what he's done. He's done that at both levels, especially at Texas Tech. He was by far Texas Tech's most explosive weapon on the field this past season. He has the size of frame. He has the ability to track the ball, great body control, very competitive at the catch point. He can play inside. He can play outside. I think this is a guy that I would love on day 3 that could potentially be a wide receiver too, could develop to be a wide receiver, wide receiver too.
Have y'all looked at Keelan Rutledge?
From Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
He's highly sought after. I thought that he would be way gone by the time 71 rolls around. Am I wrong in that?
Man, he moves, bro.
Depends on like the run on interior lineman.
Yeah.
What's up, Gerard? You feeling, man? Appreciate you for topping in. Chop out, Gerard. Beat TV, man, just started his pod. He just started his Commanders podcast a couple months ago. Doing really well, man. Search for him on YouTube. Another great add to the Commanders community, man. Check my guy out, man.
Can never be enough, man.
Can never be enough. On now, boy. Please, yeah, please. We gotta get Rick Rock on the show, bro, because he gonna be on the show. All right, B. Next up. Oh, I did want to actually this real quick. I'm sorry.
Wait, you did Eric McAllister too? Damn.
Who else did that?
I thought I did.
No, you didn't, Kyle.
Damn it.
You didn't do him because Smoke had already did it.
I did, because I think we both put Malik Benson and
we did it, and we both put Eric McAllister.
Y'all do this every week. Y'all probably be texting each other.
No, we don't. No. I'm gonna start off with Eric McAllister then, man. Because we got some people in the fan base that swear we need this so-called big body receiver, and they look at big body as 6'3" and up. So Eric McAllister, 6'4", 194. Didn't run a 40 at his pro day or the combine, but some say they project him at like a 4.52 40. He's a transfer kid from Boise State. His last season at Boise State, which was his sophomore season, 47 catches, 873 yards, 5 touchdowns. His last season was just past at TCU, 72 catches, 1190, 10 touchdowns as a senior. His best game to watch was versus SMU. 8 catches, 254 yards, 3 touchdowns. Or go take a look when he played the University of Cincinnati, 8 catches for 101 and 1 touchdown. Look at that film. I got him projected rounds 4 through 5. He's a big body guy. He's a true outside receiver. Don't expect for him to move around into the slot. He's good off the line of scrimmage. He struggles a little bit against press man. And I noticed when it's a corner about 6 feet, 6'1", he was really struggling to get off the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's why he's a 4th, 5th round guy. But that's kind of who my comp was to Mo Harris. Was a younger Mo. I mean, I said Mo Harris to Eric McAllister was a young Mo Harris. I'm not going to
see.
This is where we at. This is where we at, though. You wanted people later in the draft and stuff like that, but those are the guys. You know, he could come out and. I'm not going to look at a 6'4" guy as being a special team demon, but at the same time provide something. You know what I mean? I think he's still got a ways to go, though. But, yeah, Eric McAllister.
Yeah. Very solid wide receiver outside. He's got the big-bodied frame. He's got the wide receiver 1 kind of prototype that you'd want. Very good with his hands. The one issue, I think, is off the field. I'm pretty sure he got in trouble with a weapons charge of hitting a guy with a gun or something of the sort, got into a fight. I think that's why he's ranked in the 4th or 5th round, Smoke.
Okay. Yep. I did see that.
I don't know, man. Like if he can, if like a 6'4" dude who can't get off the line of scrimmage, like that's a little concerning, regardless of the off-field stuff.
Yeah. But I think, you know what I mean, for example, with the way the team's set up now, go back to your whole X and Z conversations, I think he'll be the receiver off the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean? Terry will take all that, you know, press man stuff. He'll be the guy off the line of scrimmage, and hopefully he wouldn't have to, you know, face any type of press man situations. And then Malik Benson, man, this guy's well-traveled. 6 foot, 189, 4.34 40, 32.5-inch vert, 10 foot 2-inch broad jump. He was the number 1 JUCO prospect. But the last, 3 straight years, he was at a different school. In 23, he was with Bama. 24, he was with Florida State. And he just finished up with Oregon. So he was a JUCO guy. Best game to watch, James Madison. In the playoffs, 5 catches, 119, 2 touchdowns. 1 from 45 and 1 from 46 yards out. And I got him projected 5th round. He had 43 catches, 719 yards, and 6 touchdowns this year. He's an outside guy. I don't like Oregon's offense. I really don't. Dan Lanning is a defensive-minded coach, so he basically, want to run the ball a lot more, things of that nature. But I know we have a top 30 visit scheduled for Malik Benson. So that's someone to look out for, Malik Benson out of Oregon. You got anything to add to that one, Kyle?
Yeah, Malik Benson, he just pops off. I think he ran one of the fastest 40s at the combine this year, or his pro. I think it might have been his pro day. So obviously he adds speed to the equation, and I'm sure Marcus Mariota will be able to break that down and get in his corner a little bit. But Malik Benson is somebody that's going to attack you vertically, can help you with that screen game and that intermittent kind of running game that Oregon likes to do as well. He's somebody who's a willing blocker at times, but overall probably needs to get sharpened up just a little bit more. But another, like what we were saying, is there's a crop of just these speed guys that can attack you deep, and Malik Benson is obviously in that room with the rest of the guys, and he's somebody that, based off that 40 and what he's done, given with his track record in the past, I think you're going to want to bring this kid into your squad if you're looking for speed.
And another thing, Oregon ran a lot of 2 tight end sets with Kenyon Sadiq, and it's another guy that's up and coming that's going to be probably first, second round next year. So,
another guy that's going to be up and coming. Got 3 of them dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And he also had this year, he was utilized as a punt returner for Oregon.
Yep.
He had 9 attempts at punt returns, only 9, and he had 1 touchdown this season. So in 9 attempts he got, that's a pretty good ratio to have going to the next level for special teams that could be helping Malik Benson as well.
Mm-hmm. What round would you project him in, Kyle?
I think based on that 40 that he ran, I would say probably top end of the 4th.
Yeah.
Is what you're probably looking at with him. Just like we know with Darius Hayward-Bay and what teams covet, they want speed, right? They want to add speed. And obviously with his special teams ability, I think that does elevate him just a little bit more. Because when you look at Jalen Lane and what he did at Virginia Tech, he wasn't heavily utilized as a receiver, right? A lot of his big plays came as a returner. And if you're fast and you have the special teams ability, you typically can rise up pretty well in the NFL's eyes. I do think that he'd get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think when you all are profiling these guys, how do you weigh the transfers? Are you just trying to take it each individual year? Do you combine them? Like,
no, I do go back and look. I do go back and look because a lot of these receivers, a lot of them are transfers. A lot. You know what I mean? Outside of your Lemons, your Tysons, your Tates, a lot of these dudes were transfers, man. So
Tyson transferred from Colorado.
Yeah, he did. Yep. Tyson did transfer. But like even him, like, you know what I mean? A lot of them are transfers, and you got to do that research to go back and look to see exactly where they were at and why they transferred and things of that nature. So, and some of it is just about opportunity. Like Malik Benson was about opportunity. At Bama, he only had like 13 catches, 100-something yards. At Florida State, a little more production. And then he finally kind of broke through to showcase that I was a number 1 JUCO prospect 4 years ago because he's a true senior, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if he wanted to, he could have went back for 1 more year.
So do you think it, and it's probably more case-by-case basis where it's like I'm not getting the opportunities because of favoritism, or like this guy was already here when I came here, so I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can be brought in and be the guy? Or do you think is that he couldn't crack the lineup of those teams? And some teams have stacked wide receiver rooms, right? And you just got to wait your turn. If you don't want to wait, you can just go in the transfer portal.
But then also with this environment now with money, like money is going to be speaking to a lot of these cats where you were the number 1 at a back school, and now like Oklahoma's offering you 3.5 to be their wide receiver 1. So you're gonna have things like that. And I also think when we're assessing the transfer portal with a lot of these wide receivers, this also comes with you scout the player, not the helmet. And one pull-out figure this year is Chris Brazzell, because while he is playing in that crazy Tennessee offense, if you look at his Tulane tape, he's running great route nuances that we were going to be seeing in the NFL. So it's like his game is definitely different from the past Tennessee wide receivers, despite the fact he's still in that offense, despite the fact that he put on those gaudy numbers. But the way he does stuff, when you look at his Tulane tape, it's like, okay, maybe he can actually be the one that can break the cycle of Tennessee wide receivers.
And I kind of like there's a absolute there is a positive to the transfers, right? Going into different systems. For one, it shows you can be somewhat productive in those systems, and some of those systems have you doing different things. So, like Smokey was, you got to go back and you got to watch those previous teams, because some things you might not see on this current team, you might see on the first team he was with. Like, he was able to do this and to do that. So you want to be able to go back and look. So this, and I think Smokey, you mentioned it last week. I don't know if it was in the pod or was in one of the spaces, that like get used to these 3-year wide receivers, these 3-4-year wide receivers, because they're trying to get, you know, their stock as high as possible. And sometimes transferring is best when you're looking at trying to move up in the draft, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the mock. Smoke, you up?
Hey man, this was our trade back mock. I traded back with the Lions. I saw Big Brock. He didn't like it because I guess apparently he's a Rutledge lover. But yeah, I went back from 7 to 17. I gained a second this year and a third next. You know what I mean? To move back 10 spots. Was able to get the best single half safety in the game, if you ask me, in the draft, Dylan Thieneman at 17. With that 50th spot, hey man, I couldn't get love, so I went with my guy Jadarian. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get him. 71, Skylar Bell. That's our original 3rd round pick. So you see what I'm doing there. I'm still
I watched Smokey. I watched a little bit more of him yesterday, and he's even better than I thought, man. Just his size and everything, dude. That is an absolute smoke show what you just did there.
Yep, he can play inside and out for the receiver, but I love him in the slot, man. Like, he got that delayed, like, I'm gonna play with you while I get off the line, and I'm gonna just boom and hit that route on you and stuff like that. Create separations. I love Skylar Bell.
Dude, he had a 41-inch vertical, 11-1 broad. He is explosive.
Yep. So, and then I didn't get Rutledge, but I got Big Burton, center out of Kentucky. You know what I mean? Sitting there at 147, I couldn't pass that up because some people got him going as early as the 3rd round, like early 3rd round. So couldn't pass that one up. We need a center. We're not, confident in Allegretti and in Coleman. Why not get a natural guy there, come in and compete, stuff like that. I doubled up on receiver. Hey, listen, Skylar Bell, that inside guy, Irk Rivers is going to be that outside guy that's just going to blow right past you. That's all I need him to do. Threaten the defense. As Logan Paulson say, get out there and run some for the love of the game routes, Irk Rivers. And you got special teams ability. So if I need you on kick return, punt return, I know you can do it because I've seen it on film. After that, I went on and got defensive back help, cornerback out of Toledo, Andre Fuller. I don't know what's going on with Toledo and these defensive backs that they got going on, but I like his film. I think he should be going higher than the 6th round, but hey, he was sitting there. And then I capped it off, man. I know we do hashtag kicker in the 7th, but 6'6" linebacker out of USC, man, Irk Gentry. Where he going to play on the field, I don't know. But I love his size. I love his attributes. And that's the draft right there. That's the mock right there, man, the trade back from 7 to 17.
Gentry sometimes is destroying people. Roaming around back there as linebacker. He is definitely intriguing.
Mm-hmm. So, I think I did pretty solid. But, yep.
And that middle linebacker spot is just like the safeties, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially the free safety spot, right? We got guys that can do it, but are we maximizing their talent by forcing them to play it, right? And like McGee he's still a question mark, right? Like, he's still a question mark. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they go about those two, like that safety that safety spot and that Mike linebacker spot is going to be very interesting to kind of follow.
I do think it is funny. Do you remember last week? I think it was. Did Radar do the mock last week?
Yeah.
When Radar's mock came out and he got Dylan Thieneman, and Smoke said he didn't like it because there wasn't an elite playmaker there that he got. He got Dylan Thieneman, and then Smoke comes with his and also has Dylan Thieneman.
So when I look back at it, right, let me just say it for guys that went after Thieneman, it was Kenya Sadiq 18, Monroe Freeland 19, Mesidor 20, CJ Allen 21. That's the 4 guys that went after. You know what I mean? Vega went right before him. So, you know what I mean? So, and
it's not bad.
The Lions traded up to get Carnell Tate. The more I watch Carnell Tate, the less I like this dude. But, hey. They can have Tate.
Anybody check out Proctor? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, single word you said. So you said something about Carnell Tate.
Oh.
Hey, everybody's tired of the opinion, man. It is what it is, you know. It's not a cup of tea. Sir, it's not blue.
DT, you got anything on Proctor Salboskowitz?
Which Proctor are they talking about? Are they talking about Caleb Proctor, the D tackle, or Caden Proctor, the O tackle?
No, Proctor. So his full name is Illinois State wide receiver.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's a wide receiver.
Hold on.
And Bryce Lance and Demings.
I know about
this. Might be
Demings. So like Demings, if you go, Demings, FCS scouting. If you go back to the pod that I did a couple days ago with Devin Jackson, he talked about Demings on that show, and it's also bookmarked, so you could go back and check that out with Demings.
Man, Demings good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Proctor.
Does he mean Daniels?
No,
Daniel
Saboskwitz into the D tackles.
I think it's Daniel Saboskwitz, not Proctor.
Yeah,
I think it's Daniel.
No, he says Caleb right here though.
I don't know.
No, the screen says Proctor, but I think he means you mean Daniel? Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, Daniel.
It's got to be Daniel because he is a wide receiver.
Yeah,
because he put. I don't know anything about Daniel.
Oh, Caleb Proctor. Oh, he's getting
that's why.
Okay. These all last names. Oh yeah, he making us work. Like he giving us 4 names. I'm thinking
I'm so confused. 6'3", 205 for Daniel Sabkowitz. Dude, in 2025, he had 83 receptions, 1,141 yards, and 19 touchdowns this season.
Bro,
playful.
This dude.
He had 41 touchdowns in 4 years.
Yeah, 80
at Illinois
catches,
State.
1108, 9 touchdowns, 68 catches, 923, 10 touchdowns. I got to do some work on Daniel. I appreciate it.
Guy? Like, hold on.
I appreciate it, FCS scouting. I appreciate it.
Wait a second. This dude putting up video game numbers.
Dude, that's insane. Illinois State. I got to watch him.
So against Oklahoma, 2 catches, negative 3 yards.
Here we go.
2 catches, negative 3 yards. That's the first game of the season, but I got to do some work on them. Let me do some work on them because this could be one where some people talk about competition. Remember last week they was like, "Well, he only seen wide receiver, cornerback 2s." Well, this could be totally competition at a good old Illinois State. Man, let me see what their team stats are. There. Like, goodness gracious.
He had 3 touchdowns against North Dakota State.
Oh, I did not know. Oh, man. Big Brock.
Then the first time he played North Dakota State, he had 7 receptions for 75 yards and a touchdown. Damn.
Yeah, their quarterback.
5'10" quarterback throwing to him.
Their quarterback, 334 for 516, 3568, 40 tuds.
That's insane.
Now, I'm
gonna check them out though, FCS. I'm gonna check them out.
They got a running back that had 1,300 yards.
Yeah, we gotta check this squad out. Wait a second.
Their offense is just
The
Whoa.
offense is insane, bro.
Going off.
What was their record? Man.
All right, we're gonna check it
They
out for sure.
were-
DT, you got anything with the draft? The mock?
They had the
I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. Probably, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable trading off like anything like 15, 16, 17, 18. Nah, man, throw that in the trash, dog. I'm sorry. I don't feel like trading that far because I feel like our team needs blue chip dudes. When I look at the NFC East, when I see at least the Giants, like they got a couple of blue chip dudes. When I see the Eagles, they got blue chip dudes. We need a blue chip dude. And like it could be Downs, it could be Reese if he falls, it could be Sonny Styles, like anywhere from like 7 to like 11, I'm cool with. If we going that far, Thielman might work. I mean, I do like Jadarian Price. He could be RB1 for us. Skylar Bell is good. Jagger Burden center. Yeah, we've been talking about him in center. Everett Rivers, you double dip at wide receiver, like we've been talking. Andre Fuller, I've been getting on his game a little bit more. The more and more I watch him, I'm starting to see like he could be a fit for our defense.
Yep.
And Eric Gentry, I like him. He just got to put some. If he puts some more weight on, I think I'll like him even more. He looks like he's 216. I'm probably gonna need to be like 236 or something.
Gerard, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Bro, Brock and this Eagle fan, you gotta read the chat, bro. Interceptions and flag football. Brock is crazy. And then someone, y'all got road pictures disguised as Eagles in the chat. Oh my goodness. Look at Mitch and his Reese. Mitch, you need boy.
I'm with you, Reese and Mitch.
I didn't necessarily said that. I did not necessarily said that. I just
D really saying
I just don't feel comfortable on the way. Sometimes you just gotta be like, the board is just too nice. But I mean, hey, it's a mock draft.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man, that's about a wrap.
That Daniel kid played at the FCF level, FCS level. So that's like North Dakota.
Oh, so that's why he knows him.
Yeah, they lost in the FCS championship to Montana State, but he did pretty solid at that level. And Eastern Washington, isn't that where like Puka? I mean, not Puka.
Hold on, what?
Cooper Cup is
Time
from.
out.
Yeah.
Yo, that's why I knew bro kept talking crazy the entire show, bro.
What?
Because I see the Penn State. That's Penn State, right?
Yeah,
State.
it's Penn State.
I'm like, all right, we got Penn State. Wait a minute, bro. Like, how you?
Hold on, Brock.
How does that work?
Hold on, listen. So we're gonna go back 3 weeks with Brock. So everything you've been up here yelling about, it's because he don't want us to get as strong. I see it now.
You see it now?
Yeah.
Hold on, bro.
And all that other stuff and poo-poo state and it. Oh, man.
I remember that movie Split. You know that movie Split?
That's Brian Mitchell's burner.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, bro.
He said my first team is the Commanders, my second is the Eagles. How does that work? Bro.
On Sunday.
Wait a second, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Brock, wait a second. How you gonna
somebody said, yeah, y'all wear old ass cheesesteak grease. Yeah. Well, y'all go.
This is disgusting.
It is disgusting, bro. This is nasty, bro. Like,
yo,
hold on,
Big Brock. I hope that ain't your age, Brick Brock. 46. I hope you ain't 46 with 2 teams. You 46 with 2 teams, Big Brock. We got problems.
Oh
this ain't easy,
man,
bro.
this is crazy. How
Nobody had any issues with what Big Brock was saying until he
Mm-mm.
said he rooted for the Eagles, and then people were saying he needs mental help.
Philly right there. Man, come on, bro. Big Brock, man. We don't need to get him on the show, Deuce. We just ruined that chance. I see it now. Damn.
My man, Big Brock. He's a Commanders fan versus the Eagles.
Man.
Oh man, I don't know how you did it, Brock. This is Brock. You shouldn't have told us that.
You shouldn't have. It's gonna every
Yeah,
single time now.
First of all, like if you go back and read the chat, he dissing
he
Jaden
did.
Daniels, right? And he's dissing Jalen Hurts. Like, what is like? I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on, bro.
This is
Oh man,
He's probably the biggest Carson Wentz fans ever, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't tell me you start liking the Commanders because Carson Wentz came here. Like, please don't. He said Hurts ass. This is crazy.
bro. I did not expect this to be like this, bro.
He said, I'm not about to lie. You could have kept it to yourself, big bro. You could have kept it to yourself. Now we know. Like, man.
Oh man.
Nah, fly like an eagle. Nah, that's your fan rooting for the Commanders. Don't do that.
That don't matter, bro. Yeah,
New Jack City extra is crazy.
Yo.
That is crazy. Oh, we got to get out of here, man. So next week we will not be having a show next week. Easter Sunday, spend time with your families, with those who celebrate. We won't be having a show next week, but we will have our top 3 favorite prospects in the entire draft. Not so much the best prospects, but our 3 favorite prospects. And I've been looking at Keyboard more and more, and I'm loving him more and more. So we're going to do a little video cut up. We're going to post it around the same time next week of our top 3 prospects. So that's what y'all get next week. And then the following week, we got like 3 weeks left. We got 2 weeks before the draft, and then the post show after the draft. And then that's a wrap on the season. Draft almost here, fellas.
Let me get the next mock.
Yeah, you're up. You're
All
up.
right.
But we'll do it the week after next.
I'm gonna do it just to piss off Big Brock.
And now look, I'm so confused.
Hey, Kyle, I think
So
I think it was you that said when I trade back, I'm gonna trade back for love, right? I think that was you that put it in the chat. Somebody put it in the chat.
No, he said you was gonna be mad when love is there and you got to trade back.
So so listen. This is actually my second one. I got all the way. I traded whoever's sitting at 15. Who's at 15? That was the pick. It was the Buccaneers, matter of fact.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers traded. I get to go picking. Jeremiah Love's there. I'm like, no way, bro. So I select them. I get all the way to the last pick and the app refresh on me. It wasn't meant for me to show y'all that one, man. Yeah. No, man, it's a good show, man. I'll be all right.
Keep your head up, Smoke.
Hey, man, it stings, bro, but the sad part is we didn't even have to cross half court. It was 10 seconds even.
Oh, Brock from PG. You from PG, Brock? All right. My man, Brock, man. Brock always showing up, man. I'm glad you.
It's got to be jank. It's got to be Janky Rondo, man.
Man.
It has to be because Janky's really in tight with the Eagles. I know he's from the area, and he's also a Washington fan.
So yeah.
Oh, they pulled back the Espinoza signing the Browns there. They said they ain't like his physical.
Oh.
So they not signing.
I
don't know.
He wasn't even hurt, I didn't think. I know he played in the playoffs.
I don't know. Something popped up. They ain't like it.
You saw that we were in on Trey Hendrickson before the Ravens took a grenade with Max Crosby.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Makes you wonder.
Yeah. All right, man. You about to get up out of here. Cal, what you got?
Nothing, just chilling, hanging out this week. Going to be looking over some more prospects. Look on Twitter for me to upload some plays from Jordan Hudson and these other guys. Really great episode going over these other guys, but going to make sure to look up the white boy from Illinois State, watch him a little bit, see what he was able to cook up there. And look out for the Burgundy Zone later on in the week. We're going to talk about, everything under the sun. Who's the latest who's riding the wave this week? And I'm sure it's going to be Makai Lemon at this point. But whatever it is, we're going to enjoy it. We'll see you guys later on.
What you got, DT?
Tune in to this week. Me and Caleb, we're going to be doing a position by position of the top 5 needs for the Commanders in this draft. We're going to look at some of the prospects, some of the work I've done on them, and tap in, just see what I wrote up.
All right, Smoke.
Yo,
Would you like to vent a little bit, Smoke?
All right. Yes, I'm probably the biggest Duke Blue Devil fan you'll ever come across. I contemplate and I literally like balled up, bro. Like it hurt. It hurt. But I'm here. I'm gonna survive. My birthday's tomorrow. What a good start. It's a good start. You know what I mean? Go to bed with all this stuff on my mind. I think that is a good topic, Deuce. What Glenn put in the chat for Wednesday, stuff like that. How does fandom affect your actual life day to day? I'm telling you, man, I should not be this invested, but I love the sport so much. Football, basketball. I love it that much that it's a part of who I am. It's basically like all I really know. Like, I know it's a lot of movie buffs out there, a lot of music people. No, I'm a sports guy through and through. And when it comes to my Blue Devils, when it comes to my Commanders, when it comes to my Fighting Irish on the football field, when it comes to my Nats, my Capitals, my Wizards, man, listen, I'm through and through with them guys, man. But at the same time, my Blue Devils, they number one, bro, over everything. I'm not going to lie to you. They're number one over everything. Everything I love, they're number one in my fandom. Always been. Tatted in you can't see it because I got a blue screen on. Tatted in my blood. It's tatted in my blood right there. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's tatted in my blood. I love these Blue Devils. But guess what? Shire. Get me out,
Bro,
Shire.
Look at DT's screen, bro.
Shire.
Is he froze?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Shire, I need you to go get an experienced guard. An experienced guard that's going to know time and situation. That's all I need. I understand the diaper dandies, the PT peers, all that other stuff. It's great. It's great that we get top 5 picks every year, but I need championships at Duke, brother. I need championships. You had a timeout in your back pocket. We had possession arrow. We did not have to cross half court with 10 seconds even on that play clock, on the game clock. What they're going to say, 10-second violation? No. My rookie point guard, Hayden Boozer, son of Carlos Boozer, brother of Cam Boozer, hold the ball. Why are we trying to make forward passes against a trap with 10 seconds to go? But it's a lesson learned. These guys are going to be good in their next careers, especially Cam, things of that nature. We're going to retool, we're going to reload, and we're going to be back next March. Appreciate you, Deuce.
that picture, bro.
That's so funny.
Dude.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Tap in tomorrow on X, 8 o'clock. Riddle Radio, only on X. Tap in on tomorrow. We have some other stuff going on this week. We get out this week. Again, we're not going to have this episode Sunday night, but we will have our top 3 or our favorite 3 prospects out the entire draft. Not a big board per se, but just our favorite prospects out the entire draft for you next week. And we'll see you the week after.
Happy birthday, Smoke.
Yep. Happy birthday, Smoke.
Appreciate y'all, man. I tap it in the morning. As
Big
far
Brock
as
got
spaces,
another message for you.
hey, Big Brock, matter of fact, you do a mock, put it in the comments, and I'm gonna check it after the show. Let me see.
Yeah, Big Brock. Do a mock, Big Brock. Matter of fact, everybody in the chat, if you want to do a mock, hit me up on X or on here in the messages, or put it in the comments after the show or something, and we'll play it when we come back the week out. When we'll show it the week after next.
We'll include all the fan mocks and let Brock say what he doesn't like about him.
Yep. Big Brock gonna judge all the mocks. Big Brock gonna judge all the mocks. All right, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much for the time. We know it's very valuable for you to spend it with us. We absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.